we've been growing at 2%, 2.5% for the last couple, 3 years, and 2011, 12, 13, and people are thinking that it should really be growing faster. And what we're finding out is maybe that's really where we are right now. There are a number of overriding features that are occurring in the economy that are probably going to prevent us from being able to achieve a consistent 3 to 3.5% growth rate. A lot of people have heard this number, 3.5%, talked about as being sort of the natural rate of growth, the expectation, the target rate of growth, but that may not be possible for the next decade or so. And the primary reason for that is what's taking place with the baby boomers. What people need to look at is the size of this age cohort, baby boomers that are 60 to 65, 65 and above, and those that are 55 to 59. When you look at those groups, what you see is that there are more people, more baby boomers in those groups that are phasing into retirement, 20 million plus, sometimes as many as 22 million in these 5-year cohorts. And that's more than the 15 to 19-year-olds that are going to start to enter the labor force over the next couple of decades. And so what you see is every 5 years, when an age cohort, the baby boomers, retire, the group that follows them into the labor force is just slightly smaller. And so you have this stagnated or slightly declining size of the labor force. And when the labor force doesn't grow, that's one of those components that actually leads to economic growth. It's not growth per capita we're talking about, it's growth in total. And when you have fewer workers, GDP goes down. All we can rely on is productivity growth, which tends to run in the 1.5 to 2.5% range on average year in and year out. And that's sort of going to dictate the potential economic growth. So you're not going to have, say, a 2% productivity growth in a year and then say a 1% growth in labor force that give you 3% economic growth. That's not going to happen. You're going to have a 2% growth in productivity and a 0% growth in labor force, and the result is 2% GDP. And for the foreseeable future, I would say decade to 15 years out, based on the already existing sizes of those 5-year age cohorts, that's the biggest problem we're going to be facing going forward.